Diamond Piece Sports presents Championship Drag Racing from the National Hot Rod Association. The Gatornationals. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, St. Louis, Missouri. Brewers of Budweiser. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. By English Leather Toiletries for Men. Ask for English Leather at fine toiletry counters everywhere. And by Fram, makers of oil, air, and gas filters, Fram windshield wipers, and Autolite spark plug.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dave McClelland, and this is the 8th Annual NHRA Gatornationals. We're in Gainesville, Florida at Gainesville Raceway, and there were 620 race cars on the grounds here for the past several days. Today, final eliminations for a total purse posting of over $250,000. But Mother Nature was almost top eliminator at this championship event. The rains came early this morning, almost flooding Gainesville Raceway, but the track's dry now and competition just about ready to get underway. My colleague, Frank Farino, is down on Manufacturers Midway.
Right, Dave. Hello, everybody. Nice to be back in Gainesville, Florida. You know, one of the reasons championship drag racing is so popular to both fans and drivers alike, the wide variety of machines you will see at these tracks. Everything from the kinds of cars you and I can have sitting in our driveway to some of the most exotic racing machines in all of motorsports. For instance, I'm standing in front of the top of the line, the Top Fuel Dragster. Through a quarter mile, these machines are capable of speeds over 250 miles an hour in less than 6 seconds. These cars weigh about 1,500 pounds. The engines are putting out around 2,000 horsepower. The fuel is an exotic blend of nitromethane and methanol. There's a 2-speed manual automatic transmission. There's no clutch. The driver works it with a lever. It also has conventional disc brakes in addition to a parachute in the rear. The car is stabilized by air spoilers both on the back and the front. They are the premium muscle cars of championship drag racing. And let's take a look at some of the top drivers in this category.
James Warren, Bakersfield, California.
James Warren, the Ridge Route Terror. He drives the Warren and Coburn car. He won this event here in Florida last year. This year, he's already won the Bakersfield, California March Meet. Warren is married. He and his wife have 2 children.
I'm Jerry Ruth, and I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Jerry Ruth, they call him the King. He won the Winter Nationals in Pomona, California earlier this year. There are some in the sport who, for obvious reasons, call him a tall, sunny Bono.
Richard Tharp, Dallas, Texas.
Richard Tharp. In 1976, he won the Nationals in Indianapolis. He went on that year to become the NHRA World Champion. Off the track, Tharp is one of the more flamboyant dressers.
I'm Shirley Muldowney from Mount Clemens, Michigan.
The only woman licensed to drive a Top Fuel dragster. Last year, she won the Spring Nationals and the World Finals. She's a gourmet cook and an interior decorator.
Hi, I'm Don Garlitz from Seffner, Florida.
Don Garlitz, they call him Big Daddy, the winningest Top Fuel driver in NHRA history with 15 victories. He's a legend in motorsport racing and certainly the favorite of the home state crowd here in Florida. And Dave and I will be back with Top Fuel racing action right after this.
There's over $250,000 up for grabs at this Gatornationals Drag Racing Championship. Let's start the action right now with Top Fuel Eliminator. The first pair of cars, Shirley Muldowney of Mount Clemens, Michigan, the only woman licensed to drive a Top Fuel dragster. Her competition, Clayton Harris from Moulton, Alabama. Both cars pulling into the staging beams. Let's watch. And a red light for Shirley Muldowney. That puts her, and an exploding motor for Clayton Harris. What a way to start this Gatornationals racing. Shirley Muldowney red lighting away her chance in the first round of eliminations. Clayton Harris exploded a motor. With a red light start, it means that you leave the starting line too early. And you'll see here, Shirley Muldowney just a bit too quick on those starting lights. Clayton Harris, lots of problems, the loss of traction, and there goes the motor, exploding a motor. Harris into round number 2, lots of work ahead for him in the pits. Steve Stevens of Houston, Texas, being pushed back after his burnout. Richard Tharp driving for Candies and Hughes out of Houma, Louisiana. Tharp the 1976 world champion, cleaning off his face mask to get a good view of that starting line system. The two top fuel dragsters, capable of speeds over 250 miles an hour, pulling into the staging beams, getting ready for their trip down the quarter mile. Both cars off the line together. Oh, a close race at the finish. Richard Tharp just pulling it out by about a half a car length over Steve Stevens. The times, Tharp recording a 6.17 second elapsed time. His speed 241 miles an hour. The losing speed for Steve Stevens, a 6.26 second elapsed time. And here it is in slow motion at the finish. Richard Tharp by just a half a car length. The speed for Stevens, 233 miles an hour. The team of Jim and Allison Lee from the Plains, Virginia. Their driver, Lee Weller. Car started and pulled into the burnout box. The competition for Lee Weller, the legend in his own time, the man from Sefter, Florida they call Big Daddy, Don Garlits. Pulling into the puddle of water, Garlits will be doing a burnout. All top fuel dragsters utilize the burnout to heat the tires. The purpose to heat them, obviously, to provide more traction. With the engines capable of producing over 2,000 horsepower, every bit of traction available is used. You see the tires growing as it comes out of the water. That's about the height that the tires stand when the car goes through the finish line. Smoke boiling off from actually burning rubber. Garlits is driving a museum piece. This car last ran in 1975 when he won the World Championship. He since retired it to his museum he is constructing in Sefter, Florida, but resurrected it for this race as his 1977 car was damaged in a race earlier this season. And Garlits, the pre-race, is certainly the crowd's favorite, with an easy win in the first round and a fine elapsed time of 6.07 seconds at 231 miles an hour. The rain-delayed eliminations finally underway here at the 77 Gatornationals. This is Pat Dakin from New Carlisle, Ohio. The competition, Frank Bradley from Napa, California. Dakin building an early lead. Can he hold on? And he does by about a car length. Let's go down to trackside and Frank.
Okay, Dave, the big story, Shirley Muldowney, of course, red lighting first time out after this wicked weather really held things up. Big Daddy Don Garlits didn't disappoint anybody. 6:07, not as fast as qualifying, but he's still looking strong. It's still anybody's race. The track is not really slowed down by the rain. We should see some faster times.
Frank, you're right. The track in fine shape, as evidenced by that fine 6.07 second elapsed time by Don Garlits. Bob Struckness of Minot, North Dakota in the near lane. His competition, a name synonymous with drag racing over the past 2 decades, Chris Karamessinis from Chicago, Illinois. Struckness streaking to an easy win, 6.13 second elapsed time. His speed 238 miles an hour. Karamessinis slowing to a 6.74 elapsed time. Paul Longnecker from Arcanum, Ohio. Getting set to approach the starting line, Jerry the King Ruth from Seattle, Washington. The man that won the NHRA Winter Nationals earlier this season. Bit of an edge for Longnecker. He's drifting over the track, but he keeps his lead as he goes through the finish line. 6.15 seconds, 240 miles an hour. Jerry Ruth, a slowing 6.28 seconds. His speed, 230. Here's James Warren from Bakersfield, California, one of the most feared West Coast entries at this 77 Gatornationals. Against Ruth from East Brunswick, New Jersey, Grant Stamm. Burnouts completed, both cars pulling into the staging beams, getting set for their trip down this quarter-mile racing surface. The Wheels coming into the light beams. Staging lights on. And they're on. James Warren with a big lead. And Grant Stoms from behind. James Warren backing out of it. For some unknown reason, James Warren backed out of it. The times show at 6:26 elapsed time for both cars. The speed for Stoms, 218 miles an hour, but only 175 miles an hour for Warren. Let's watch in slow motion. You see Warren out with an easy lead as he goes straight down that quarter mile. The parachute starts to come out and is fully deployed at the finish line as Grant Stoms with just about a wheel length victory over James Warren, a big upset. Here's Tom Kaiser from Lakewood, Colorado. Gary Beck, now hailing from El Toro, California. Beck with a big hole shot, a big advantage at the starting line. And, boy, now that's a close race at the finish line. Tom Kaiser, I think, pulled it out at the finish over Gary Beck. Beck had a big head start at the starting line, but I think Kaiser came from behind. Let's watch in slow motion and see. The times for Kaiser, a 6:13 to a 6:33 for Beck, and here they come into the timing traps, and there you see it, just a wheel length. Tom Kaiser the winner. We'll be back with more Gator Nationals in just a moment. One of auto racing's most exotic cars, Frank's on Manufacturers Midway.
Earlier we gave you a look at the top fuel dragster. Let's take a look now at the machine they call the funny car. Funny car is basically a redesigned fuel dragster with a fiberglass body. The body designs are replicas of many popular American compact cars, but these are built specifically for racing. This one, for instance, is a replica of a Trans Am Pontiac Firebird. Big difference from their street cousins, though. They only weigh about 1,700 pounds. They put out around 2,000 horsepower, about the same as a top fueler. The interiors are roll bars and aluminum sheet metal, has a single cockpit for the driver. There are no doors. The driver gets in and the body is then set down over him. Speeds about 240 miles an hour in just about 6 seconds. And for obvious reasons, the racers and the fans call them floppers. Okay, that's what the machine looks like. Let's take a look at some of the top drivers in the funny car category.
I'm Raymond Beadle from Dallas, Texas.
Raymond Beadle, he drives the legendary Blue Max car. Beadle is a former national champion. He is married. His fellow racers say he has a fine sense of humor.
My name is Gordy Bonin. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Gordy Bonin drives the Bubble Up car. Coming down from Canada, he spends many days on the road traveling the championship circuit. He is married, the father of an 11-year-old boy. He has never won a national event.
Hi, I'm Don Perdone. I'm from Granada Hills, California.
They call him the Snake because of his lightning-fast reflexes. He is the winningest driver in all of drag racing. When he's not racing, he likes to relax riding motorcycles. He is married. He has one child. Well, you now know what a funny car looks like. You now have seen some of the drivers. Let's go back up to Dave and catch some funny car racing action. Dave?
Right, Frank, picking up the action in Funny Car Eliminator in round number 2. A total of 16 cars started eliminations here at this 77 Gator Nationals. 8 cars remaining. It's Tom McEwen driving the Corvette against Roger Lindemood. And for you trivia buffs, Roger Lindemood was the 1964 top stock eliminator at the U.S. Nationals. McEwen against Lindemood, Funny Car Eliminator. Tom McEwen's car breaking something. Roger Lindemood streaking to an easy victory. 6.51 seconds, 217 miles an hour. In a battle of the services, the U.S. Army Plymouth Arrow of Don Prudhomme from Granada Hills. His competitor, Bob Pickett, driving Mickey Thompson's car. This is the U.S. Marine entry. Pickett's car, a replica of a 77 Starfire. Mickey Thompson, another of the famed names of drag racing. Defending champion Don Prudhomme has an easy go of it. His time a 6.34 second, 228 mile an hour charge as Bob Pickett coasts through at only 69 miles an hour, going up in smoke, the tires losing traction from the start. Let's look at it on slow motion as you can see the fine driving job by Pickett. Prudhomme pulling away quickly to the lead. Pickett's car smoking the tires, starting to go sideways. He corrects it, and Prudhomme heads to the win. Our electronic computerized timing system flashing the times just as quickly as the car clears the timing traps at the end of the quarter mile. Here's Al Bergler out of Detroit, Michigan, the Motown Shaker. Bergler pulling up into the burnout area. Water puddles allowing the tires to break loose easily, and the 2,000 plus horsepower spinning them, smoking the tires. And you see the parts flying and oil coming out from underneath Al Bergler's car.